Beautiful people, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining the channel today. So guys, I am here to share one information. First of all, if you are seeing my face for the very first time, please share this video to at least 2 people. To your neighbor, share to your neighbor now, and also like the video, because if you like the video, YouTube is going to tell that your same neighbor that, okay, Milton just dropped food here, come and eat. Okay, so now my name is Milton. Thank you so much for joining. So I'm going to be talking about Sweden. Now the reason I'm talking about Sweden is because admissions is officially open in Sweden, and you should apply as fast as possible. The reason why I'm saying you should apply as fast as possible is because Sweden is one of the hottest countries now. Though there are a lot of laws that are changing, but it is one of the hottest countries. Why is Sweden one of the hottest countries? One, in Sweden, if you have admissions for bachelor's, master's or PhD, you can move with your family. Okay, you can move with your family. While you as an international student, you work part-time, your spouse can also work full-time. Now, also understand that as an international student, nobody will restrict you. You can work full-time as well. But remember, while you are struggling to work full-time, do not forget that your spouse is on work permit, and her work permit, or his or her work permit, is under your student permit. He is working or she is working because you are a student. So focus more and pass your exam. Because in Sweden, if you don't get at least 30 ECTS credit units or credit, you may not be able to renew your permit again. So do not put your spouse into problems. Rather, you focus on academics. You guys should sit down and negotiate, okay, who is going to do the application. So I would say that if you are the man and your spouse also have great education background, because most women, they don't want to study. I know, you don't need to tell me. So if she says, okay, you should apply, you should study, let her work, no problem, accept, bro. If she says, okay, let me apply, let me study, so you work, since you are stronger, you are the man, no problem, apply. Okay, but know that admissions is officially open today. This is the 3rd of June and admissions is open already in Sweden. Now, what are the requirements you need to apply for Swedish universities? Well, before I even talk about the requirements, let me tell you some things you need to know. If you are moving to Sweden, please avoid courses that are not up to 120 ACTS credit units. When you go to the website, when you are going to be applying for, where you are going to do the application, it is called universityadmission.se. On that website, you are going to see several courses, okay, but those that are not up to 120 ECTS, please avoid them. The reason is because when you go to Sweden, if you are studying some particular courses, especially those that are not up to 120 ECTS credit unit, you might not end up getting the Swedish ID. And when you enter Sweden, you first of all need the Swedish ID. With the Swedish ID now, you will be able to create a bank account, and then you can be able to find a job. And if you do not have these things, you cannot open an account and you cannot work in Sweden. You are more like a tourist. Well, you may study a program that is 60 credits, 90 credits, yeah, but you have to be careful. If you really want to remain in Sweden after your studies, please pick a program that is at least 120 ECTS. I understand most people, they don't want to go for such programs because they are expensive. I totally understand. But again, calculate life after school, and again, think about your family. You can move to Sweden with family. Remember, I said before that you cannot be sponsored by your parents, you cannot be sponsored by your father or mother, but your spouse, who is your wife or husband, can sponsor you. Let the money be in your account or in their account. It's so important. Understand that if you are in Sweden, you may be earning maybe 23,000, 24, 25, 26,000 kron. But again, it depends on the type of job. Remember, in Sweden, jobs are given to people depending on qualifications. Like if you are a skilled professional, you may get IT jobs and so many other jobs related to that. Doctors, nurses, right? Excellent. But if you do not have those skills as an international student, you will only end up doing 1 or 2. You know, 1 or 2, right? Restaurant, management, maybe housekeeping and stuff like that. But you don't need to panic. These are still jobs that will pay your bills and feed people for you. I hope you understand. So these are the things. Now let's take a look at the requirements. First, let me elaborate on transcript. If you are from Cameroon or Nigeria, I'm talking based on, because I know many of you are following this video. Please make sure your university send your transcript directly to that email, verification@hrs.se. There is an email, there is a video I did previously when I said there is a particular email. If you send your transcript yourself, of course you have to create an account, because like the admission is open now, you need to create an account, upload all your credentials there, then you select your programs. Remember, you can select more than 4. I think maximum is 4 programs. You can select, then maximum for bachelors to be 6. You can select maximum of 4. When you are to apply for this program, you have to pay an application fee. Without the application fee, you can't succeed. Like, they will not look at your admissions. Now, when you pay this application fee, they will look at your documents and your admissions, then they will get you feedback. Feedback is going to come October 18 for those who are applying for masters. I think BSc is 16, but that is the interval. From 15 October, you are going to get results. It will be published on that same portal. Emails will come to you with regards to that. Then you need to pay this 900 SEK, which is approximately 90 euros for application fee. Put this into consideration. For requirements, you need your YX certificate, maybe testimonial, maybe your high school transcripts. For Nigerians, Cameroonians, you need O and A levels. Please try to get your results good, and if you have your transcript, fine. These are the documents to apply for bachelor's programs. In addition, your curriculum vitae, a motivation letter. When you have these documents, you are good to go. Some schools may ask you to show maybe reference letters, but it's really rare. Now, for masters, you will need those documents I mentioned, plus your bachelor's degree, transcript, and the attestation. That's your certificate. Okay, then plus curriculum vitae and motivation letters if need be. You are going to see all those details. Remember, when you go to universityadmission.se, you are going to select your programs from there. But there will be a link that will take you from that site to the school website directly. Please always make sure you check and reach the school website so that you see there may be additional documents that are needed for that particular program and you may not know. And if you do not maybe supply those additional documents, you may not get admission. Also understand that you can apply for master's, PhD, and bachelor's, and you move with your family. I mentioned this. And for your proof of funds, Cameroonians, you should have at least 7.5 million. This money is after you have paid your first tuition deposit. Please, now let's take a look at the tuition fee. When you're applying to Sweden, as an international student, tuition fee is not that cheap. So you should know this. So when you get admissions, you will accept the admissions. Then they will generate a link for you to pay your first tuition deposit. Before you apply, you are going to see how much you need to pay for first tuition deposit. If you think you cannot afford, don't apply. Don't waste your time. Because if you do not pay that first tuition, you cannot apply for visa. Cameroonians, you will be applying for visa only in Nigeria. Put this into consideration. It's so important. Then other things you should consider while applying to Sweden is that when you finish your study program, you would get post-graduation work permit. Now you can equally stay back and get permanent residency. Okay, but remember, for you to get permanent residency and PR, you must be able to speak Swedish. That shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't scare you. Make sure you go to where your family can be better, and Sweden is one of the places if you have the money. I am saying this because many people have been asking me about this, and I think it's good. Now, also understand that there is one thing I want to emphasize here. There are various dates you have to follow to have a successful admissions with universityadmission.se. Also remember that for you to apply for a scholarship in Sweden, there are particular programs that you must apply to them that are qualified for the SI scholarship. So before you even apply for those programs, check two things. One, is the SI scholarship going to be available for students who are applying now? That is for the spring intake. Remember, lectures will begin January 2025. Admissions results will be out by 18 October. Then you can now take that interval and apply for your visa. Check if the program you're applying for, is it eligible for the SI scholarship? If it's not eligible, then you change the program. Then also remember that there are particular schools that are also open for the SI scholarship. The link is there. I have a video I did about this already. But if you think that you have the funds to fund yourself, why not apply for the program and go in? HND is not accepted. And if you have HND, please, I will advise you go for bachelors. Now, remember that when you're applying to any program in Sweden, you have to put tuition fee into consideration. It's very expensive, guys, and proof of funds, you need to show. Remember, if you want to move with family, you have a particular amount of money you need to show. There is a video I did already about this, so please check it out and then you start the application. Also remember that Sweden is for people who are highly smart. Like if you had a bachelor's degree in computer science, go for a master's in computer science or engineering. If you have bachelor's in literature, do not go for master's in biology. No, apply for something that directly correlates with what you did at bachelor's level. In case there is any other detail, I'm going to bring the videos here. There are many videos on my YouTube channel to guide you along this process. Please follow the dates and everything there, but remember the last day to submit your document should be September. So please check all those application portals, then you will see all those details, and I wish you all the best as you apply. We will meet again in another one. Bye bye.